Shots have been fired. There's better book boyfriends than Aaron Warner. I just see a movie playing in my head most of the time. Oh, I found my people! Oh my gosh. 40 something. That's like 20 years. Which is actually quite concerning. Hey guys! Welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Diamond. If you're not, welcome back anyways. Today I'm reacting to y'all's bookish hot takes. Some of these are actually mine, some of these are y'all, some of these are people on Goodreads that have answered. Did I get a little prepped up today? Yes, and don't come for me, okay? First one is Isla loves to read. Sophie and Keith from Keepers of the Lost City don't make a good couple. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have no idea who that is, and only because I haven't read the series. So I don't know. I'm gonna let y'all decide on that one. Couple. Next is from Adelia Rose. Oh my God, hey Adelia. Said there's better book boyfriends than Aaron Warner. What? I mean, yes, but like, do we say it aloud? I guess that's actually what this video is for, to say those aloud. I guess so. I guess so. I mean, I was reading Destroy Me last night, and you see so much of like Aaron, like his backstory and why he is the way he is and like how he thinks and how obsessed he is. And I was just like, maybe I should go buy the rest of the whole series, even though I'm not a book buying fan. Who's to stop me? My mother. Next. Jules Reading List says, reading Colleen Hoover doesn't make someone a bookworm. I mean, if you like her books, that's fine, but you at least have to immerse yourself into different genres as well. Okay, now, on this, are you just saying, like, you only read Colleen Hoover? Because if that's what you're saying, then I would say yes. Like, have you just, like, not read nothing else and you just have, like, Colleen Hoover behind you? Is that... Because then I don't really think that makes you a reader. I feel like you do have to read other books. And, I mean, yeah. So, I agree with this. I agree. Jules Just Reading List said, also, when you're reading a book and it says he growled, that just gives me the ick. I totally agree with you. You know the Twisted Love? I don't know how many times it said that Alex growled, and I was just like, is he saying roar? What? Jules Just Reading List said, an age gap romance are just weird. Like, I'm sorry, how do people find anything past 10 years age gap entertaining? Even 10 years is weird, but I swear to some people are reading books where one of the characters is in a relationship with someone old enough to be their parent. And you know, I read Birthday Girl. I don't know, because some people's actual like real life relationships are like 10 years difference. Like, I had a friend and his parents, his dad was like turning 60 and his mom was like 40 something. That's like 20 years, which is actually quite concerning. But I also read Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas, right? I feel like that was an age gap done correctly. That was a good book. I think it was like her boyfriend's dad, so I mean, if you're into that, you're into that, okay? Maybe you just like really older men and you're just in there for the money. Who am I to say and blame you, okay? I'm not. I'm gonna just say Jaden because half of the little word cut off. Serge's mass writing style is declining because it's getting so vulgar. I'm still on the ACOTAR series, so right now that's really good. But I still love her work. Okay, yeah, I like ACOTAR. ACOTAR was really good. I have Thorn of Glass. A lot of y'all told me to read Assassin's Blade before I read Thorn of Glass, so I have to go buy that book first. But I feel like her books are fine. And I like real people on the cover. What? Like, wait. Because if you're reading romance books with people on the cover, I can read it at home. But if I go out in public and I'm reading that book, like let's say in a cafe, everybody is going to think I'm reading smut. And I mean, am I? Maybe. But like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it just gives off the wrong impression. And I don't know if I'm down with that. But if it's like historical or like science fiction and there's people on the cover, I feel like that's fine. This is fine. Like, this is okay. This, whatever I'm putting up here, is not okay. That, well, in my opinion, I'm not okay. Adelia also said, oh, I don't know how to pronounce these names. Azerial? I just literally called him Ariel the whole entire time. If I don't know how to pronounce the name, I make up names. Azerial? I think it's that. Doesn't get with Elaine or Gwen. He gets with me. And I'm down for that as long as you give me Rysand. Okay? You have him, I have Rysand. Book exception, Obsessions 2 said hardback covers suck in my opinion. And I can agree with this in a sense because I hate dust jackets. Every time I read a book, like I was reading Powerless and there was a dust jacket and I just wanted to cry every time I picked it up. I literally took the dust jacket off. I hate movie/people on covers. Hobbit is an exception. I have never read The Hobbit. Again, I can agree to this in a sense as long as it's not like, y'all heard what I said a while ago. Like Laura Jean, I don't know how I really feel about these. I want to buy the original books without Laura Jean on there. Does that make sense? Like, I forgot what her actual name is, but like, I don't want the actress on my book. I mean, I'm keeping those ones, but like, you know what I'm saying? Books where the pages are different sizes give me the ick. Whenever they're like a height difference, like if this book is like taller than this and it's in the same series, me and that author are fighting because why would you agree to that? Why would you do that? Next, being able to predict the ending doesn't make a mysterious book automatically bad. I wholeheartedly believe that. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I think it makes a book good. Cause then I know, like if I already know how the person dies, I want to see it play out. I want to be like, okay, how do you do it? Who did it? When did, like, I want to see everybody get caught. I want to see everybody piecing it together, even though I already know. It's like, I like skipping to the end of the book. Oh, that is another unpopular. Is another thing that I do. Like, I can be reading my book and I'm like, oh my god, this is getting me so anxious. So I skip a couple pages and I skim just to make sure everything's okay. Because otherwise, I'm going into hot flashes, heat strokes, like a panic attack's basically happening and I get scared. So I just flip, and then afterwards I feel like I figure out, like, piece it somewhat of what's happening and then I'm like, oh. Also, I feel like not every book deserves a happy ending. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I feel like not every book, I don't need a happy ending. If I have learned something, if you have made me cry, giggle, laugh, kick my feet, some point, a part of that book, you succeeded. If you have entertained me enough to read the whole entire book, you have succeeded. And then I don't feel like I need a happy ending. Or like sometimes they'll have like epilogues in the book. If I have read the whole book and I'm satisfied with that, I don't need to read the epilogue because I'm satisfied already. Like, you see what I'm saying? Also, why the world do books cost like $12? Why am I paying $12 to read? I'm making my brain smarter and you are making me pay for it. What sense is it? I don't pay to go to school, actually.
Actually, you did.
My parents do. My parents do, actually. Another thing, I will not buy a book if it has a hideous cover. Don't judge a book by a cover? I certainly do. If it has a pretty cover, I'm buying it. If it has an ugly cover, I'm not. So it could be the best book, and I don't know it, because it has a hideous cover, and you should probably fire your editing team and whoever made that cover because it's hideous. I'm not reading it. Nobody's reading it. You're not reading it. I'm not reading it. So who's actually
reading it?
What my sister said. Who's reading it? No, not me.
What is it?
Fat raccoon. Fat_raccoon. That's the killer username. They said Shatter Me is overrated. I don't know if I totally agree with you on this one, but to each of his own opinion. I've only read the first 3. Yes and no. I feel like it is in a sense of like I can be scrolling on my feed or on my Pinterest and I don't know how many Shatter Me edits I'll see. So yes, but then I don't feel like there are enough people like actually like enjoying and reading it. Does that make sense? Or is that just me? Allie Hazelwood and Colleen Hoover are bad writers. I can agree with Colleen Hoover. That one I can agree with because who writes this? Just a moment of silence to just like look and be like, what? Who writes that? Allie Hazelwood. Do I have an Allie Hazelwood book? I do. Love Theoretically. I haven't read it yet. So I can't say anything on that. Kids shouldn't be reading half the stuff they are advertising to them on Book Talk. I can wholeheartedly agree with this. At the ripe age of 9, I was reading Wattpad. Now, no 9-year-old should be on Wattpad or AO3. Nobody should be on there. I feel like you have to be at least 16, 15 or older to be on that app. Parents, check your phone. Check your kids' phones. Because, no. And like, half the YA books nowadays have unnecessary smut in them. This is from Goodreads. Ash said, most authors popular on Book Talk have written some of the worst books I've ever read. Colleen Hoover. And I rest my case on that. So I do agree with you. The movie to books. Movie to books. I don't understand those, and if you say that you like the movie better than the books, like, what? Although, I can agree that this Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I bought that, like, when it first came out. Like, I had bought Hunger Games, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's making more. So I started Googling, and I was like, turning into an FBI agent, trying to figure out where it was, like, where the new one was coming out. And then, like, a year later, she dropped the Songbirds and Snakes, and I bought it. I read one page, and I was like, oh, closed. It stayed like that for like 3 years. Stayed closed. And then I moved. And then I was like, oh, maybe I should have read it again. And I read like 1 or 2 chapters, and I was just like, staying closed. And I don't regret it. Pregnancy or cheating tropes give me the ick. The cheating trope, I can understand. The pregnancy trope, if it's done right, like I read Out on a Limb. I'm not going to say too much because it's going to come out later in the wrap-up. But Out on the Limb, oh my god, that is a pregnancy trope. But it is done so well. It's the first pregnancy trope I think I've actually read that I enjoyed. It's done so good. So good. I love that book. Books in third person run so slow. I feel like I have read some books where they're in third person, and I just haven't actually like sat and noticed that they were in third person until someone points them out. I really hate love triangles. I can get behind that, and especially when it's with 2 brothers. You mean to tell me 2 brothers are fighting over the same girl? Be realistic. Say I had a twin sister and me and her were fighting over the same girl, I would let my sister have it. First of all, I'm not fighting over a man. A man. No. Why not let her be happy? I'll turn into Angelica Schuyler. I'll turn into her real quick. And I rest my case. Reading with only one point of view. Like, I want to know what is going on. I agree with this, but if I was an author, here's what I'm thinking. Stephanie Meyer, she did this awesomely. She just made the whole entire book, the whole entire Twilight series, I'm pretty sure, except for like the last couple ones. I think Jacob was in there, but never Edward's point of view, where like we never get him. And you know what she did? She made an extra book with Edward's point of view and made more money off it. Get your bread. Duh. Get your money up, okay? Okay. Hated The Cruel Prince and Icebreaker. Oh, I have found my people. Oh my gosh. I also did. Now, a lot of y'all are gonna come for me, but I dog ear my pages. I don't really think it's that big of a crime because like, it's my book. I spent my money on it. But like, it just shows where I left off, you know? Next time I pick it up, I'll be like, ooh, I left it off right here, and I left it off right here, and I didn't finish this page. You know, you see what I'm saying? It just shows that the book has been loved. Maybe I do like cracked spines, because then that also shows how much I love the book, how much I've been reading it. But if I could not crack it, I would, because then they just look so much prettier. Now I'm rethinking if I like cracked spines. Okay guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If y'all like this new area of me by my bookshelf, let me know. We are so close to hitting 1K. I love all of you. Thank you so much for joining my live. I'm gonna start doing those more often. I feel like every other weekends or something. They were so fun. I love talking to all of y'all, getting to know y'all. That was fun. We are currently at 980 subs right now. So, I'm so excited. I love all of y'all. Thank you all so much, and I'm so grateful for all of y'all. Stay tuned for probably when this video comes out, the reading wrap up and June TBR video will be out. So stay tuned for that video coming out at the end of the month. And I love all of you. Bye!